Glad to have you with us from Austin, Texas, DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. Today, conference bragging rights on the line in this SEC Big Ten clash. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Texas Longhorns. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Here in Austin, DKR is one of the most iconic stadiums in college football. Texas Memorial Stadium, the fans, the burnt orange. You've got Bevo here on the sideline. There is so much love every time you come to a college football game here. History in the making at DKR. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. The Longhorns will kick off first, and here we go. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touch. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Looking for room, it's Hill. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
Man, offenses are getting really creative in the way they run their counter plays now. They pull different guys. They pull a guard. They pull a tackle. They pull a guard and a tackle. So really keeping the defenses off balance. You can't just key on wherever the tight end is. You got to realize they can show you one thing and come back with another.
And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
The Ducks with the 1st and 10. More play action. Incomplete, and they got a hand on that right at the line of scrimmage.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Here's Moore to throw. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Arch is going to throw for it. Oh, they're after him. They got him. Great pressure on this defense.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
It'll be 3rd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Manning tries to pick it up on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Quarterback making adjustments. Motion from the back. Moore. He's got it. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Moore will throw. Caught, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Looks like he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Throwing Manning. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Lining up, trying to convert this third and short from the 40. Manning from the gun on third down. He'll pull it down and run. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves, but that was really tough what he did. He put his body on the line to go pick up that first.
And the Longhorns look to keep this drive humming. On the run, it's Smothers.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Quickly complete. Fights off a defender. Makes the catch, and he's free. Inside the... And he scores! Touchdown, Longhorns! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Offense changing the play. Dante Moore going to take a shot. Got a man in the middle. Wide open spaces. Touchdown Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This offense is high-octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. Not going to take the touchback. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Here's Arts to throw. He's going for it all. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Tripped up for the tackle.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Working that left side. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, on a lot of 3rd downs, tight ends can be a quarterback's best friend, but especially this guy. I mean, he's got a unique skill set catching the football. He could be the primary target, not just on this offense, but on offenses all around the country as well. And on that 3rd down, really nice route, gets the separation, able to make the catch. They pick up the first, and they keep this drive alive.
Might be changing the route. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Throwing more. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
25 on the play. First down for the offense.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Breaks the tackle. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Running inside, it's Davison. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. down, sending the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Arch Madness. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
It's complete on the right side. Makes him talk to the hand. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. On the run, it Smothers. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They've finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. He wants to go deep. He's got it in more than enough for a first down. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Longhorn. Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So a drive there of 85 yards. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Quarterback may change this route. Here's more to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Sends it back in motion. Moore to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Moore from the gun on third down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Here's Manning to throw. They'll run the screen. At the 20, he's got space. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
The Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Going to the run, it's Smothers. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. They really need to convert this 3rd and 1 to capitalize on that great field position. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Looking for the score. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was good to finish things off. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Hill. Gives him the big stiff arm. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. There he goes. Inside the 50. Past the 30. At the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ducks. You know they love their track at Oregon, and when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get you the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Manning. Here comes the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to throw, it's Manning. Here's a heat. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Man, it's so hard to keep a rabbit in the cage, that quarterback, right? He's going to scramble around. He's going to make plays, and when he gets outside the pocket, you're just trying to get a hand on him. How about getting a hand on him, forcing the fumble, and recovering it? Great job by the defense continuing to chase that QB.
They'll move the wide receiver. Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout called just before the delay of game. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Great place to start for this offense. Hard running there. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon is trigger men, not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll go to the counter. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2. Quick tempo, no huddle offense, 2nd down, clock's running.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Manning lines up in the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. Now Oregon will call its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. They'll run the counter. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
To throw, Manning. Oh, big fella almost had a pick right there. Instead, he falls incomplete.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8.
Here we go. Ready.
Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down.
Really good job by the defense, understanding 3rd down, the situation of the game. I play a little bit deeper, take away the sticks, react to shorter. I got to go get him on the ground.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Going for the big play. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more. He is in. Touchdown, Texas.
Last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. That is a time window that oftentimes determines games, and you're seeing it potentially happen here. It was critical the offense was able to go down, drive the field, and score a touchdown here late in the first half, knowing they'd get the ball back first in the second half. And if they go out right away in the second half and good things happen, this game takes on a completely different feel.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking for a crease, it's Davison. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. Just about set to get this second half underway. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Oh, he's got some space. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Fires to the tight end. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
Man, nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Going to try to get it himself. He saw just enough daylight to move the sticks and get it done with his legs.
I love the play call there, too, because second and short, defense is thinking you might run it. So you try to catch him off guard with the pass. Nothing there. Even if you throw an incompletion, you're going to have a chance to run it the very next play, but it doesn't matter. This guy's just so athletic himself. He's able to go get the first. Let's get a fresh set of downs.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about it.
They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
And finally, we see a nice gain. It's his best run of the game. And this offense works best when he is going. And then you can throw the passing game and the play action, and there's more balance. So maybe that's a sight of things to come. Maybe they can get this thing going and get back in this football game.
Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
They showed this run in the first half, right? You saw it. They loaded up on this side, ran the football, had some success. What do they do in the second half? Pull some guys, run the counter the other direction to keep the defense off balance.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Arch is going to throw for it. Escapes the pressure going right. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
And the Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here. Before they snap it on 4th down, we have a timeout call. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. This is hardly a surprise. After converting their first 2 4th down attempts, they'll try it again.
Blue 22, blue 22. Sweep. Where did he go?
Manning to throw for it on 4th. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
That's just a really nice job by the running back, making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle, and you saw it on that play.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down.
Here we go. Ready. Set. Ready, go.
They'll keep it on the ground. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Calls his own number. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And the offense runs the football, and they get the 1st down. And you kind of get the feeling they've already gone for it on 4th down once. Like, they're going to do it again. And that just puts so much pressure on a defense. Like, to play an extra snap over and over again is really, really difficult. This offense appears...
Touchdown, Longhorn! And they take it in for 6 more points.
You got to love the mindset that this squad just came out with in the second half. Clearly could not run the football the way they wanted to in the first half. Second half came out with energy, with passion, got the running game going, and then no surprise, they go down the field, they double up their rushing yards, Palmer, and they punch it in the end zone.
You give the guys up front a ton of credit, too, because they were missing some assignments, getting pushed around a little bit here in the first half, which is why they weren't able to have success running the football. And they had a little bit of a come to Jesus, it seems, at halftime. They've come out now playing a little bit angry and finally able to get some movement out front. That made all the difference here on this drive, their ability to run.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Now they'll try to answer that score with one of their own and regain the lead here in the third. And run inside. It's Hill. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Tie ball game as we play in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 10. They'll give it to the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuff both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
And that's just what this defense needed. They needed to get a stop here in the third quarter. They've given up a lot of plays, a lot of points, a lot of yards.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Fourth down, Moore. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his 2nd pick thrown in this game.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you, Palmer.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
Throwing Manning. Bought a little time, lets it go. Quickly out to the tight end. Breaks free, and he might be gone. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch. The Longhorns trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll send the back in motion. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Under fire. Touchdown, Longhorn. With that, they grab the lead here in the second half. What a grab and what a quick strike for that offense.
And when I'm an offensive coordinator and I see a short field, I'm thinking attack, attack, attack. Go get that touchdown. Take advantage of what the defense gave you. Great job by the offensive coordinator.
He'll bring it out. It's Davison. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Moore. Looking down the middle. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
And just an awesome job by that defender on that play. Great awareness, and he had his eyes on the quarterback, so he saw the ball thrown, and as such, he was able to go and swat it away.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Gonna run it. It's Davison. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
On the gun, on third down, Dante Moore. Finds a man in the middle. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Dante Moore. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the third quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. 1 quarter to go. Like we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Tight end now in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. Throwing more. Pressure coming.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He might want another play. Moore will throw. Lets it go to the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Rams him with the stiff arm. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position. The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punch in a score, and they'll go home with the W. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. 6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. Gets the back moving. Here's Arch to throw. Finds his big tight end. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
to pass on second down. Got his man out of the backfield. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
And a really nice job by the defense winning second down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good third down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
Third down from the gun, Manning. Under fire. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he got it! And that lead grows even bigger.
That's a big drive for this offense in the fourth quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Picks his way ahead, pick up of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
Really nice play call by the offense, too. Obviously, your quarterback's thrown picks on his last 2 drives, so you have to settle him down. And the best way to settle down a quarterback is to get the running game going. Put it on the big fellas up front. Put it on your backs. That's a really nice run, and that should help settle the QB down a bit.
Here's Moore to throw. Fires to the right. Working the big fella to the corner. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Moore to the air. Right down the middle. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Texas! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
He'll bring it out. It's Hill. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Giving up that last field goal really hurt. It's a 3-possession game, and things look dire, to be candid. They'll go to the counter. Can't get him to the ground.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go play action with Moore. Pocket breaking down. He's going to run it. Gets the first himself. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man there. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Here's the pressure. And down he goes.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. Buys a little time. It looked like a catch, but they'll say he was out of bounds.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
That's a great lesson for young quarterbacks out there. You don't have to force every football deep down the field. I know it's 3rd and long, and that play definitely is designated to go to a wide receiver somewhere, but hey, check it down to your running backs. These guys are great athletes, and they can make good things happen when you give them the ball in space.
And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game?
He wants to take the top off. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Arch Madness. Now he's going to break the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play, and I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Running inside, it's Smothers. Knocks him down a couple of yards short of the marker, and how about this free safety showing those tackling skills and forcing a 4th down.
Now, 4th down.
They've converted every time on 4th down. 3 for 3 so far. They'll go for 4. Motion from the wide receiver. Fourth down, Manning. Makes a grab past the marker. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Man, those plays are frustrating on a defense. You get 3 stops and you force that 4th down, trying to get off the field, but the offense makes the play, gets the first down. It's almost like you got to kind of recalibrate, refocus. Forget that one. Let's do it again.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Nowhere to go on that one. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Art's going to spin it again. Looking to the big tight end. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Here's Manning to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.